With support from the British, Reza Khan would take power and establish the Pahlavi Dynasty, which would rule until the 1979 revolution. Reza Khan would establish an authoritarian, nationalist, and militaristic government, with a doctrine of secularism and anti-communism. Still, the company modernizes quickly. The authoritarian nature of the regime also made it prone to corruption and oppression. The secularism of the Shah's regime was resented by a devout population in majority Muslim. The tentative to westernized was also poorly accepted, including changes in clothing style, women's liberation, and many socio-economic reforms. During World War II, the Iranian government was initially tempted to side with the Germans. In response, the Soviet and English forces invaded the country. It would be a major transportation road for supplying the Soviet Union with American-made military equipment under the Lend-Lease Agreement. The post-war period would be marked by instability with the unresolved question of the relationship with Western powers. The new Shah, Mohammad Reza, initially ruled in a way that could have prefigured the country, turning it into a constitutional monarchy, akin to the UK or modern Spain. The relationship between the Shah and the democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh would turn sour when the Prime Minister nationalized the British-controlled oil industry. Mossadegh was removed from power in 1952. Before being restored under popular pressure, he would be permanently removed from power in 1953 due to a USA and UK-sponsored coup. From 1953 to 1973, Iran's oil resources would be managed by Western companies. In 1973, in the midst of the 70s oil shock, the Shah would take back control of Iranian oil and use the money to modernize and build a more powerful army. In 1979, the country would be taken over by the Islamic Revolution, transforming the country into the Islamic Republic it is today. Communist activists that contributed to the success of the revolution would be quickly purged, resulting in poor relations between Islamic Iran and atheist communist Soviets. Iran would cut all relations with the West, with the Iran hostage crisis a focal point.